I want to make a rap about it. Sausage, egg, and cheese. Sausage, egg, and cheese. I don't want anything else, just that sausage, egg, and cheese. Hey guys, it's Kate
and Z
and other adventures. And today we help you plan your van life road trip down the west coast that takes you from Seattle to Portland to the giant ancient redwood trees, exploring San Francisco down the most beautiful Pacific coast to Los Angeles, baby!
We share our experiences of each location and what we learned while van lifing around these parts. Eateries and locations we highly recommend, but more importantly, the things you need to look out for on your journey, because everything else is easily Googleable. Is that a word?
It is now. So, if you're thinking of taking a fun trip with your favorite people or surprise the love of your life with the most romantic road trip date,
or learn about a breathtaking proposal location, keep watching.
So in the previous episode, we explained the basics of van life, what to expect, things to take note of, where to sleep, how to dump your waste.
So if you're watching this video, remember to hit the subscribe button and catch the previous video as well, so you can consider van life with a better understanding of what it entails as a whole.
Now while you're at it, why don't you also hit the notification button to look out for the next video where we reveal just how much we spent on our 81-day van life road trip through the USA. We vlogged it all in a 24-episode series, okay? So remember to check that out after this episode for a better idea of what to expect.
Please take note that this trip can be easily planned in reverse.
Right.
All you really need is Google Maps on your phone, because Google Maps is your best friend. If you want to see all the locations that we mentioned in this video and the rest of the trip, you can find the link in the description.
So if you want to take your devices out now and pin the locations as we go, please feel free to do so. Remember, if we forgot to tell you the address to something, you can always hit us up in the comment section to ask. Okay? First, we're going to be talking about packing for this trip, which is super important just because the Cabana van that we rented only has 2 carry-on luggage slots in the cupboard area. If you are planning to shop a lot, we suggest that you pack 2 carry-ons of daily essentials, 1 per person, which includes any clothing you may need, and maybe bring one of those foldable duffel bags that you can roll out to store all the shopping you might want to bring home with you. I suggest you pack staples and basics because they are really easy to mix and match on your trip.
We highly recommend traveling in the spring, summer. You really don't have to worry about space constraints that way.
Yeah.
But if you're going in the autumn or winter season, it'll be a little bit trickier with the winter clothes that take up more space.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All our winter clothes fit into that one bag, and now we only have 1 more luggage.
So we recommend going when it's not freezing, because that way you can enjoy the outdoor kitchen, which is an add-on with Cabana van.
Not that you can't enjoy the outdoor kitchen during winter, it's just that we didn't do that.
It's cold, yo.
Yeah, and if you're not using Cabana vans and are searching for a larger model on outdoorsy.com perhaps, then by all means bring a larger luggage. Remember to check for luggage space before you do that. But if you are flying in, remember to check the storage space and pack accordingly. We flew all the way in from Singapore and packed literally 1 carry-on suitcase each, and we still survived 81 days. Listen, if you forget to bring anything, trust me when I say that America has literally everything you can buy at literally very affordable prices, especially at TJ Maxx or Ross for clothes or Walmart for literally everything else.
Literally.
Literally. Do you like that?
I do. Yeah. The Cabana van we rented comfortably sleeps 2 adults.
Even if you are as tall as Z. For now, anyway. Because they will have a new model that can safely house both partners and up to 2 children. It's a seatbelt thing.
Yeah. If you're flying into Seattle, we suggest you download the Lyft or Uber app beforehand and hop on one to get to your destination. It was a 20-minute ride and it cost $80. Pretty pricey by Singaporean standards,
Yeah.
Which is why if you're Singaporean traveling to the US for this road trip, definitely get a Cabana van. We explained this in the previous episode.
Correct, we did, so watch that. Cabana van headquarters is located at this location.
You would have made your booking on their app, and from there, it's just a matter of unlocking the van remotely through the app.
Correct.
It was actually really cool. Super convenient. The key is located in the glove compartment.
Have to have an action for everything. We also recommend getting a SIM card from one of the service providers available in the US. It'll help you navigate better and upload more up-to-date Insta stories and Snapchats as you go. We got 2 SIM cards from T-Mobile, and as much as people tell us that they are the worst, we actually got by just fine, and it's affordable some more.
You can get a SIM card for unlimited internet for like $40 a month.
Yeah.
There's a sign-up fee, but it's okay because it's convenient and you can cancel at any time. I'll let you know when you should download the Google Maps in Internet Dead Zone so you don't get lost. Also, we'll share with you what to do when you do get lost. Don't worry, we got you, because we managed our way out of it perfectly fine.
Even as noobs. You can very easily Google what you want to do in Seattle, so we'll leave you to do that on your own. Everyone has a suggestion, and I'm sure there's good in every suggestion. But this is generally how we suggest for you to plan your trip so you don't spend too much time driving back and forth.
Pin everything on Google Maps pre-trip.
Yeah.
This is how we did it, and I'll tell you why that's important. So when you look at your map, you know to hit all the places you pinned at one go before driving 45 minutes to the next location just to do the same thing. It just saves time and gas.
Now, one thing we highly recommend you to try while you're in Seattle is
Dick's Burgers!
100% do not leave Seattle without eating Dick's Burgers. Honestly, if Z wasn't from Seattle and suggested this in the first time we were visiting, I wouldn't have thought to drive in and order. Our memory of it was so good that it was the first place we hit the second time we went back to Seattle.
Order the deluxe burger. It's a 1/4 pound of beef with melted cheese, lettuce, mayonnaise, and pickle relish. You don't understand how good it is though. It's amazing.
If you've never had it, you will never Oh yeah, and the hand-cut fries. We don't even care for the shakes or whatever. We don't really like sweet drinks, but definitely order those two things. I also want to share with you another reason you should support Dick's. Dick's co-founder believed in a business philosophy that really is a win-win for everyone involved, and that is step 1, make a profit. A business that doesn't make a profit isn't good to anyone. Step 2, invest in your employees because it is the best investment you can make. Step 3, invest in your community. If your community thrives, your business will thrive. It's an amazing founder philosophy, don't you think, Mr. Entrepreneur?
Yes, indeed. Which is why you should go eat Dick's.
That came out weird, dude.
I know.
Aside from all the pins you have in your Google Maps,
The Space Needle, Pike's Place Market, Mount Rainier for hikes.
but pin this. While you are at Pike Place Market, remember to have some of that famous Pike Place chowder, which we think is the creamiest clam chowder ever. Chock full of shelled fresh clams, super duper flavorful. My mouth is watery just thinking about it.
Oh, I really want some right now.
I know.
It's just around the corner from Pike's Place Market. The queue is long, so definitely allocate some time to get in line.
Yeah.
The other place for which you need to save stomach space is around the corner called the Crumpet Shop.
Ooh, do you like green eggs and ham?
I hope everybody orders them.
So good.
Understood.
Okay, stop.
Soda pop.
Oi, your last warning
Moving on, after eating your fill, visiting the first Starbucks, enjoying the most beautiful duality of city and naturescapes, driving around in search of some beautiful architecture like Mopop and Amazon spheres, you can make your way down to Portland. The culture of anti-culture, and their coffee is holier than thou. So if you are a coffee lover, remember to take the opportunity to get your buzz on all the coffee you can have while you're there.
As you pin the locations you want to visit in Portland, we want to let you know that it is also known for its food trucks. The one we visited and loved was Hawthorne Asylum, so pin that one. While you're there, please get the waffle sandwich. Oh, yes. If you're into that sweet, savory McGriddle vibe, these waffles I'm talking about are the ones we ordered and have sausage, egg, and cheese, and just so delicious.
Their street art is also incredible, so start searching for those as well. If you happen to be there over a weekend, please also remember to look out for the Portland Saturday Market. Food, artisanal goods, and jerky made with lots of different kinds of animals, kangaroo, elk, and if you're lucky, even bear. And now, we have come to the cautionary tale. Be very careful where you choose to sleep at night. Portland is known for being a little bit lawless, which is both why it's fun and also not so fun. But we tried to park at some places and backed out because there was broken window glass on the ground, and you know what that means.
Don't park there.
Make sure you're not directly in front of someone's door. A van parked outside someone's front door is kind of creepy if you think about it. So find a spot where they have maybe a big tree or park in a park. No one bothered us there. It's really amazing. And we also found lots of other van life bros around us. I'm sure they also use the iOverlander app.
When you're ready to leave Portland, we recommend leaving in the evening and finding a cozy rest area or travel stop to sleep overnight along the way. This is so that you can reach Boy Scout Tree Trailhead early the next day and enjoy a full day of hiking in the beautiful Redwood State and National Park. At this point, I highly recommend you download the map of the Redwood area, so even when it goes into an internet dead zone, you can still refer to it easily.
Redwood State and National Park is one of the most magnificent trails we have ever done, and as much as Z made it extra special, getting proposed to there has nothing to do with it. There are a couple of trails we highly recommend, and one of them is the Boy Scout Trail that Z mentioned, which is about 3 to 5 hours long. It's honestly a level 1 trail, mostly flat, no climbing unless you really want to stop to climb some gigantic trees. Please be safe.
The other trail we highly recommend is Big Tree Trail. The entire loop only takes around 45 minutes, and you get to see some of the most amazing landscapes. The biggest trees both standing and fallen. 10 out of 10.
Put your pin directly at the Golden Gate Bridge and let Google Maps navigate you right there.
Aside from Chinatown and the obvious places you would have pinned that you want to visit,
Like Painted Ladies and Ghirardelli Square, etc.
there are also things we need to tell you beforehand. The first one being parking. So do a Google search for San Francisco crime map, and that will show you which areas are safe and which ones are unsafe to park at. Take note of these areas before you're visiting so that you reduce your likelihood of being a victim. The other thing we also want to share is that street parking is pretty tricky to find. And if you do, please remember to read the signs carefully to avoid getting a fine. The signs will say something like, you can park from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. except on weekdays where you can't park from 4 to 11 p.m.
All of these signs will be in separate plaques on the same post, so read them carefully before you leave your vehicle at the mercy of the transport department.
You do not want to get your car towed. You'll also definitely want to check out the famous SF trolleys, which are still a regular mode of transportation through the city's undulating roadways. But a word of caution, get there as early as you can. When we got back there to ride it at around 11:30 a.m., the queue was already 1.5 hours long.
The other thing you want to check out is the SF Nightlife in The Mission. We actually didn't know it was a thing until we reached out on a group on Facebook, Singaporeans in Americas, and met a Singaporean living there, Tien. It's really the cool side of SF for sure, so if you didn't already know about this previously, you should definitely start pinning things around the area and making reservations at restaurants and bars in The Mission.
At this point, you could hit San Jose along your journey down to Los Angeles, so put that pin in there if you're into exploring it. Unfortunately, we were on a time crunch at this point, so we didn't get to do that. But this is where you're going to start driving down the PCH, which is the Pacific Coast Highway. It's dubbed one of the most scenic drives in the world. Remember to take the path closest to the coast. To make sure you do that, we recommend putting in a pin at Carmel Point. This is about a 2-hour drive.
Carmel Beach is a wonderful, beautiful, magnificent seaside community. There is a section called Pebble Beach. So as we drove past, we were especially impressed by the houses by the sea.
So we downloaded a property rental and purchase app called Zillow to check out property prices along the way.
I mean, living in Singapore where the property prices are extortionate, knowing that $3 million can buy you a piece of property by the ocean was like proper mind-blowing for me, honestly.
Now put your pin on Big Sur. It's only about a 30-minute drive away. If you're new to driving along the coast, I have to emphasize that sticking to the speed limit on the road is crucial because you will be tempted to look out into the open, beautiful view. It's breathtaking.
My noob ass didn't have an expectation of a coast, but this was magnificent. I know I keep saying magnificent. Are you guys bored of hearing that word already? You may want to hike up the steps paved by other visitors, and I highly recommend you take your time and enjoy every bit.
But while you're there, be careful to not get too close to the edge.
Yes, please.
Dude, Kate gets antsy every time I get too close. But remember to feel free to park by the side of the road and just take it all in. That's why we suggest doing this as a van life road trip. Not only because van life is an experience and you can do this, but also because you can literally park at any allocated parking area and camp for the night.
Unless the sign says no overnight parking lah.
Also, if you see any stands or farm shops by the roadside, get out and taste everything you can. Everything tastes different when it's fresh from the land close by, and Americans are very generous with giving out free samples.
Yeah, man. Asia has taught you well, you cheapskate.
After you're done with Big Sur, you want to put your pin in San Luis Obispo because that'll keep you along the coast. The drive there is about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Take a break and explore freely, and then put your pin in Santa Barbara if you want to explore that too, or directly at Santa Monica Pier, which is close to your final destination.
LA! And congratulations! You would have successfully made your way down the Pacific West Coast, and now your life is complete.
When you do hit the LA region though, you can continue to Google whatever you need. Many people on the internet would have had amazing reviews and suggestions for you to follow. So go forth and explore. But before you leave Los Angeles, I hope you will make time to try
Sugarfish! Oh, Sugarfish is our favorite sushi place in LA. They have multiple locations in the region like Pasadena and Beverly Hills if you want to try something more upscale. Order the Nozawa Trust Me menu. It is a $45 per person omakase sequence of dishes that will just keep being brought out once you're done. But the best part is how fresh the fish is. I mean, it's from the Pacific West Coast, man. Of course it's gonna be uber fresh, right? And after you've properly explored the Los Angeles region, you can easily drop off your Cabana van at their Los Angeles drop-off location, which is an open-air car park in Culver City.
We hope you've enjoyed this video, and more importantly, we hope you have gained a better understanding of how literally anyone can try out van life for the first time without very many worries.
That's right, this van life road trip for us noobs has really changed the way we look at travel, and we're looking forward to doing the same thing in Europe.
Sometime soon.
Now, in the next episode, we reveal how much we spent on our 81-day Cabana van road trip through the USA. Ooh, I am so nervous, Z.
I did the math, so she doesn't know the full sum yet.
Yeah, I don't.
So remember to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll be notified when that video comes up.
Okay, with that, thanks for joining us on the episode. We'll see you on the next one so you can better plan your own van life road trip to the USA. And in the meantime, please feel free to ask us any questions you may have in the comment section or hit us up on my Instagram at CaitOfAllTraits.
See you in the next episode.